Hi Starseeds, welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make an instant crispy Rava dosa. Now I know I've been making a lot of dosa recipes lately because I'm absolutely obsessed, okay? I'm just obsessed. But the special thing about this crispy Rava dosa is that it's an instant crispy Rava dosa. So the other dosas I've made in the past, like the masala dosa, if you want that recipe, you can click on the link above. It's delicious, but it takes about 24 hours to make because you need time to ferment the batter. But with this Rava dosa, you don't need any fermenting and it's just pretty much instant. So why don't we get into the recipe? Actually, before we do, don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. So what we're gonna do now is mix all the ingredients together. So to a clean bowl, we're gonna add in a cup of semolina. Now, this recipe, this dosa is called a Rava dosa, and in Hindi, Rava means wheat or semolina. So we're starting with 1 cup of semolina, and we're gonna add in a cup of rice flour. So we're adding in a cup of rice flour, followed by a half a cup of unbleached all-purpose flour. We're going in with our curry leaves. These are dried curry leaves only because I couldn't find any fresh curry leaves in this country. So if you guys can get your hands on fresh curry leaves, that would be awesome. And just put in as many as you like. I'm also going in with 1 to 2 green chilies. I've got about 2 here, but it depends. If you want it really spicy, you can add in 2 or more. If you're not really into spice, you could actually just leave it out. We're also adding in some chopped ginger. This is about 2 teaspoons, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, a teaspoon of cumin seeds, and finally some salt. So what we're going to do now is just mix it up with a spoon, and we're going to add in 3 cups of water. Now we're going to add in 3 cups of water and then let this sit on the counter for half an hour because the semolina will actually expand in the water. And we need that to expand before cooking it. So I'm adding in 3 cups of filtered water. And all you have to do at this point is give it a good whisk. Just make sure there are no lumps and that all the ingredients are combined. So all we have to do now is cover it up, let it sit on the counter for 30 minutes, and I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. So our batter has been sitting for 30 minutes and you can see that the ingredients has sunk to the bottom of the bowl and it's sort of in a pasty consistency. So what we're going to do, because the special thing about Rava dosa is that it is very watery. The dough is very watery. So what we're gonna do is add in 2 1/4 cups of filtered water. So altogether, I'm using 5 1/4 cups of water. And now we're just gonna whisk it all up. So a lot of people have been commenting on our videos and asking for an instant dosa recipe. So I really hope you guys enjoy this. I have been enjoying this for the last week. I've been eating it with every single meal. And also my family adores this recipe. So I hope you guys enjoy it too. So there's a couple things you need to know about this batter. Number 1, is that if you stop mixing it, all of the ingredients will get stuck to the bottom of the bowl. So before making the dosa, you always want to mix it very, very well. Number 2, you'll notice that this batter is much thinner than the masala dosa batter, the batters which are fermented, okay? So this is so thin. This is the consistency that we're looking for. Okay, so our batter is ready and now we're about to make the dosa. But I do want to tell you guys, there are a couple of challenges when frying up the dosa if you're new to this, okay? I actually went through this last week trying to perfect this dosa. And there are a couple things that you have to look out for. So number 1 tip is when you are about to fry the dosa, you don't want to add in any oil, okay? You want to make sure that your pan is non-stick. And also try and use a flat pan. You don't want those pans which curve downwards, and I actually have one of those, so it has been a little challenging. You want a pan which is flat. Number 2 tip is make sure before you pour the batter onto the pan that your pan is very, very, very hot. So as soon as the batter makes contact with the pan, it will create the most beautiful holes, okay? Because the special thing about the Rava dosa is that it kind of looks like a net, okay? And it makes it very crispy also. Okay, so the pan is on very high heat. So I'm just going to spray it with some water and clean the surface. And now what I'm gonna do is mix my batter very well, because like I told you before, the ingredients really do sink to the bottom. So you just have to mix it very well. You can notice all the holes that it's creating. And you can go ahead and just fill in the holes, because we don't want our dosa to be too thin. Otherwise, we won't be able to flip it. Okay, so now I've turned down the temperature. So you can just cook this on a medium heat, and we're cooking it for 9 minutes. I've done this many times, and I've realized that it takes about 9 minutes for the dosa to actually cook. So now it's just a waiting game. So you can see that the dosa has dried out a little bit, and it's been 5 minutes. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil. So it's been 7 minutes and we're still cooking our dosa on low to medium heat. And you can see that the sides are starting to sort of come off and brown. So we're almost ready to actually flip the dosa. So I'm just gonna try and loosen the sides a bit. So it's been 9 minutes, I've loosened the edges. Now I'm just gonna fold it over like that. So see how crispy that is and golden? So you have an option now. You have an option to actually let this cook a little longer if you feel like the center hasn't cooked well. Maybe we'll do that for about 30 seconds and then I'm gonna flip it once more. Okay, so I'm super excited. You can see all the little holes here, the little sort of net effect, and that's the special thing about the Rava dosa. Also, it's not a very perfect dosa. That's the beauty about this Rava dosa. So what we're gonna do now is just flip it. That wasn't very graceful, but there we go. That's it. This is our dosa. Okay, so obviously you can enhance your experience eating dosa with chutney, like coconut chutney, for example. Recipes on that coming up very, very soon. But for now, let me have a taste of this Rava dosa. Wait, are you ready to hear this? Oh my God. All those spices. The ginger, the fresh ginger coming through, the cumin, the coriander. A little bit of kick from the, chili peppers. Very crispy. You can also fill your Rava dosa with vegan cheese, green peppers. You can really get creative and really fill it with whatever you like. Oh my God, so good. So I've tried many instant dosas, and this crispy Rava instant dosa is by far my favorite. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you subscribe, because Greg and I are here providing you with amazing plant-based recipes every single week. And we hope to see you soon for the next recipe. Mwah.